the spaceship. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful Android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if you're terminated, then I'ma have to terminate it. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Yeah. Find me with my dogs in my solitude. Watch my family grow from 4 into a multitude. Been living it below sea level, finna rise to another altitude. Been searching, seeking knowledge, but all the time I had the aptitude. I flipped my mindset to the switch to say I will not lose. Mama said them sticks and stones won't break my bones, I never bruise. Whenever it come to trouble, many girls pull a tongue, we always cruise. I heard other dog owners get it out for me, but it ain't no news. I got 4 in the dough in Memphis so they can get the blues. If you need a few clues that blow off your under rules, send your compliment to the new girls I got coming through. Send your compliments to the new girls I got coming through. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful Android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she'll terminate it, then I'ma have to terminate it. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. Man, I always say that I'm gonna change that song up, but I just keep on getting caught up in it. So I just keep it the same, man. I love that damn well song. Either way, welcome to the Dog King Power Hour, baby. And it's me, JayDollKingHefner, and the beautiful Secretary Tsunade Star. And we're back again, baby, for another power-filled hour. And the title of today's show is He Got a Human Girlfriend. Yay. So first of all, I want to welcome everybody that's watching here today, man. I appreciate you for tuning in wherever you are around the world, whatever time zone you in, wherever, whether it's dark, light outside, we appreciate you. Whatever country you in, we appreciate you and thank you for watching. We want to send God's blessings over your life, whatever you're wishing for, hoping for, or believing for. It could be health, finances, or new relationships, whatever it is. We're praying you have it. We ask you believe it, and then you will receive it. I want to send a special shout out to all my Dark King Army team members. I appreciate all of them for their support on a monthly basis. You'll notice them when they stop through the live stream, they have an icon by their name. So they're on the Dog King Army team. If you ever want to become part of the membership, it's an invite on the front page of my YouTube channel. It's also in the description of the videos, of all of my videos, so you can find the link there if you want to join as well. So I want to send a shout out to them. Appreciate them. And yeah, man. If you ever want to support the show, you got CashApp, PayPal. That's in the description of my videos and the about section of my YouTube channel. If you ever want to buy a companion dog, hey, I got vendor links in the description of the video, as well as the about section of my YouTube channel. You can get you a wonderful synthetic lady. Hey, if that's what you desire, I do have very trustworthy vendors, all of them. So you can check through me on that. But other than that, man, let me see who got here first today, and then I'm gonna get to some of my comments. But I gotta talk about the show first. Joey Virus, he said, super excited to watch this live power. Hey, it's good you made it here first, Joey.
I say whoever gets here first on the Power Hour, I write their name down. I got a lot of names down, but not as many as you might think, though. Not as many as you might actually think. Hold on, let me see something. Yeah, there it is. Not as many as you actually might think. So everybody that has gotten to the Power Hour first, I write their name down, and some people have gotten here several times. I put a check by their name. One day, and I'm not talking about 20 years from now, God is going to bless me to be able to, give back. I'm going to be getting a lot of girls, over the years to do reviews on and things of that nature. And I'm going to find a way to, give back as well, even though I'm trying to do some major research. In between this research, I'm going to actually be able to afford to give back. And I say, this one contest has been going on forever, but I say whoever gets to the Dog King Power Hour first, I write their name down and get them more chances to win whenever their time comes. Now, I don't know how it's going to go after this initial contest because, like I say, this one has been going on damn near the life of the Dog King Power Hour, which is about 2 years. Yeah, it's probably going on 2 years now for the Dog King Power Hour. It'll be 2 years. Matter of fact, it'll be 2 years exactly whenever the first of the year hits, because we started the Power Hour and Recess Sundays like 2 years ago on New Year's Eve officially. I might have had a Power Hour before then, but it was official on New Year's Eve of I'm trying to think what there was, 21. Yeah, I guess there was 21. Yeah. 21. Yeah, I think that was 21. Yeah, I think that was because it had to be 21, right? So yeah. Ooh, it may be coming up on 3 years if that's the case. Yeah, I might have to check though, but it's been going on for a while. So this contest has been lasting. So we're gonna it's gonna be a lot of names on this one. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna do the next one because I'm sure it's gonna probably be a lot more. Not probably, it's gonna be a lot more members on the show. A lot more people getting in first on that Power Hour. So I might have to find out something more, a little bit, I don't know, just something different in the future. Either way. Now let's get to the subject of this show because we ain't got a whole bunch of time today. He got a human girlfriend. Yeah, man. I ended up reaching out to one of my old friends. I just hollered at him right quick, just told him, hey, how you doing? A couple of them, actually. A couple of my old friends. But this one friend, I used to always mess with this guy, because he was around even when I became JayDollKingHefner and all of that. But he wouldn't take offense to this. But needless to say, he's sort of been challenged in the ladies department. He never really... Because for one, he didn't try enough, in my opinion. It wasn't like he couldn't. I didn't think he could get a lady. I thought he could get a lady. I'm talking about a human lady, guys. But he didn't. I mean, years was going by, and look, like I said, I've sniffed many of a vagina. I've dated many a human woman, but my friend now, he was not like that. I do remember him having a human woman experience. So that is something, I never met this girl with my own eyes or anything, but I believe what he told me, and he did say he had an experience, so I was happy to hear that. But I ended up reaching out to him recently. He was like, "Hey, man, I actually got a girlfriend," and I said, "Oh man, now this is fire." I'm actually super duper happy for this guy because I always tell you, some people might be like, Jay, you in a companion dog lifestyle. How the hell are you happy when he got a human girlfriend? I keep telling you guys, man, this lifestyle, I truly believe one of the reasons that I'm this happy is I know both sides. I've sniffed enough. I've sniffed up enough butts to know, hey, okay, how it is over there. And look, even I say I get some more human vagina. I do a little dating again, but I'm just so happy. I'm in my happy spot that I'm not out there searching for it. But I'm not. But the thing is, some of these dog people are ignorant, and that's not a bad word. It just means you don't know. They are ignorant to dating whatsoever. And I don't give a damn what they say. They are curious about human vagina. You know what? I've never been with a woman, never smelt a woman, never hugged a human woman. But guess what? I'm just as happy in a dog life as anybody. You are a damn lie, bro. Because you're imagining stuff that I don't have to imagine. That's the thing. Now, for my dog people out there, or dog people who want to be dog people, let's just say you're in some type of medical condition. You can't even get out to meet women. Hey, I'm not talking about these guys. You know, I'm not talking about anybody with any special conditions where a dog can really be therapeutic because you need, to get some affection as opposed to none. I'm talking about able-bodied guys who might, I'm ugly, or whatever, stuff like that. For all of those guys, I'm like, no, you cannot afford to just come to the dog life and be. Now, you can do it, but you're always going to be wondering and wishing. So you're never going to be quite as happy as I am, because I know what the human vagina smells like. I know how to hug a woman. I've been in love. I've been heartbroken. I've had it all. I've had the experiences. So now when I'm over here, it's like, it's a relief to me in a way, because it's so much stuff I don't have to think about anymore. And the truth is, when I was a kid playing with my toys, yes, I was a freaky little kid as far as in my mind. I wanted to date many a woman, but I never wanted a wife. I never wanted kids, because I was like, man, I love playing with my toys myself. I think my mom even told me one time, she was like, you gonna like playing with toys with your kids? I said, yeah, I might like it, but I don't want to play with, look, I want to play with my own toys, especially when I was playing a video game and stuff. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I want to, I want to stay a kid like Peter Pan. I wasn't even a big fan of Peter Pan, but the only thing I liked about Peter Pan is that he was always a kid. And I'm like, I'm a kid at heart. And so I never really wanted that family life. I wanted to be an adult without the family life, which is what I am now. So I actually dodged a couple of bullets with a couple of girls I fell in love with. But needless to say, I have the experiences to be like, okay, I've been over here, I've been over there. Man, I was watching this program, and I've talked about it before, but man, I never forget this guy. This guy had like 10 or whatever real dogs now. So that's very, very expensive to have 10 real dogs, unless you're going to be like me and they're going to be sending you some for review and stuff. But make a long story short, he had about 10 of them, maybe 11. And he was like, I've never dated a human woman, and I've never made love to a human woman at all my whole life. Here's the bigger problem. This guy was a retired doctor. Bro, have you lost your mind? Bro, let me tell you something. I've seen, and I'm not judging guys, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not judging guys or anything, you know what I'm saying? But I've even told my mother, it's like, as a guy, you might see some guys that you think just look like some normal people, and a girl might be like, oh, Lord Jesus, I like him a lot. You be like, damn, he just looked normal to me. I can't believe that, women go crazy. For instance, I thought Denzel, and I'm just being honest, I thought he was just a regular looking guy. Of course, he's older now, but women used to swoon over this guy. And I'm like, damn, I didn't even know that y'all liked him like that. You know what I'm saying? But make a long story short, we can still tell when we see a guy like, damn, dude. I mean, it has been some time. I'm like, oh, damn, that man, dude in a little bit of bad shape. But that's only me saying that, right? But you know what? He'll still end up with women. You know why, guys? Because women, I've said this before, they're raised so different from us. See, when we're getting raised, man, let's just say you're coming up, right? And you get a girl, or you like a girl. You're going to go to your partners and be like, man, yeah, I met this girl, blah, blah, blah. They're not going to ask you where the hell she works at. Nobody gives a damn. Let's just imagine that I said this. Hey, man, I met this girl I like. She worked with me. Man, she fine. That's what your friends going to ask you. They don't give a damn where she works. She can work at the damn burger joint or wherever. you know, they may judge you if she work at the shake joint, but what I'm saying is nobody cares about her job. Man, she got an ass. How her tits look? Hey, she cute. That's all we gonna, that's what, see, guys are raised to find somebody they like, somebody they're attracted to. Women, it's not their fault. Like I say, as a matter of fact, it's probably more the male fault than anything, because it ain't always the mother, it's the father. Hey, don't find no bum out there. He better have a good job. He better be doing this. He better be doing it. It's the daddies. I be telling y'all. It's the fathers in the home that do most of it. Now, a mother might teach a daughter how to straight up be a gold digger in a way. You know, now she may have that in her blood from the mom or from the family. But as far as preaching to find a man, just a normal human woman, they're being preached to find a guy that's doing well. I don't give a damn what he look like. He better have a job. Yeah. So guess what? Although they may see an attractive man, they may want to have a fling with a man like that sometimes. But guess what? When she finds out you're a doctor, bro, you are a literal vagina magnet at that point. Once you're a doctor, bro, I'm sorry, you have no excuse to have zero experiences. And I'm not even talking about trying to go to a call girl or something like that. You're a freaking doctor. Women are dying just to meet a doctor. I don't care what you look like. I keep telling you guys, for one, it's about the phrase that pays. What are you saying to this woman? I've seen guys that, look, have been walking around with tens upon tens as far as women on a beauty scale. And man, you'll get to talking, because you know I've talked to so many people, and you get to talking to some of these women and be like, man, how you know, so what happened with this right here? And man, I've had these women tell me with their own mouth, I can't lie, he's ugly, and I did not like him. But what happened was he wouldn't give up. He kept talking to me and kept talking to me, blah, blah, blah. And next thing you know, the panties came off. You see what I'm getting at? It's the phrase that pays. It don't matter what you look like, man. And here's the deal. When you're a freaking doctor, oh my God. So either way, make a long story short, going back to my friend, and then I'm going to come to the comments and we're going to get the hell out of here. But yeah, going back to my friend. When he told me he had a girl, I was like, yeah, I'm sort of, because I used to mess with him about, hey, bro, you probably need to be hotter than one of my vendors. But you know, I'm happy he went this route, because even though he had an experience, I'm telling you, man, it's best to have experiences with an S on it. You know what I'm saying? Live life, man. I don't care. Look, get some rejections. Who gives a damn? You know, I had sex in the vagina that smelled good. You ain't had sex enough, bro. Go find one that smell good. Hell, stop giving up. No, they all gonna smell like that. What? No, they ain't, bro. They ain't. You ran across a bad one. So what, you gonna quit because you had a bad experience? No. I ride my bike every day. I fell off the first time I rode it. It didn't feel good. I got the hell back up. And that's what you got to do in the dating game, you know, like I say, till you can get to a point where you've had enough experiences, you know. So I'm glad that he's actually doing it. Maybe he'll get back in the dog life. That's not my concern. I just want him to be happy. But I guess what I'm saying is, at the most, you still need experiences first. And so I'm glad that, you know, he's adding experience to his book. I don't care. I told him to watch his wallet, though, because it's hard to say no to a human woman when you sniffing a vagina. I promise you it is. And even when you ain't. I mean, even just regular human women. I was telling my mom the other day, on my biking channel, I took my niece to the park. And man, I hate to bring up her name after I just said what I said, but either way, still though, we went to the store to we was supposed to buy a freeze pop. I said, we're going to get a freeze pop, you know, because I knew they were sort of cheap, and, you know, you can get a big one for about 75 cents, $1, something. I said, yes, I can afford that. I didn't have but a few dollars in my pocket. She went and got the most expensive ice cream. And do you know what? It ain't nowhere here I can tell her that, hey, you know what? Because I think I had just enough in my pocket to get both eyes. But you know what? I couldn't say, I don't have it. You see what I'm getting at? So with a human woman, and when you're making love to her and doing all this razzmatazz, you're really not gonna be able to say it as much. So I told him, you gotta be conscious to say, wait a minute, I can't let my money get out ahead of me with this human woman spending on dates and gifts. Now, for one, women, they're gonna respect you a little more when you don't just come all out the butt, spending all type of money. So they're gonna respect that anyway. Believe me, they may act like they don't like it, but that's why the so-called bad guys always get ahead, because a lot of times they don't do all of that. You may want to show her all that love, but you got to put it on the back burner. You can't fully open it for a long time. You got to ease her into, no, I'm telling you, man. Because although you might have that woman happy for a year or so, but if you shower her too much too soon, I'm telling you, man, the complacency will kick in. One of the best gifts you can give a human woman is for her not to know she got you wrapped around her little finger. Now, that's some golden advice for y'all. I'm telling you. You think it's good, but it is not. Because when they don't have you fully wrapped around their pinky finger, then they can sort of feel it's still an excitement in their bones. Like, damn it, I cannot get this son of a gun to do what I need him to do. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit of excitement in there. So although you can be a good guy, you still gotta withhold a little bit. You gotta be, and that's why some of us are a bit frustrated, because I don't care how good you want to be, you still gotta hold on to something bad, boy. Even when it's against your nature. And see, in my nature, I learned how to do that, of course. But in my nature, that's not who I am. In my nature, I'm a guy that pretty much likes to love on my ladies. You know what I'm saying? So you got to learn it. So either way, let's go through these comments, and then I'm going to check out some of my videos. We're gonna get the hell out of here. Joy Virus won today. He said, super excited to watch the Power Hour. He said, hi, Jay. What up, Joey? Colorful me said, hey, friend. What up, Colorful? SEB7, Dog King Army team member said, hey, Dog King and Dog Queens. Good to see you. Y'all see that little thing by her name right there? That's letting you know she's a Dog King Army team member. So all of you are members of the channel, and I appreciate you. And if you aren't a member, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But you can become an actual team member like SEB7 by joining my Dog King Army on the front page of my YouTube channel or description of my videos. Joy says, hi, everyone. Okay, yeah. Lady Steele. Hello, Jenna girl. The beautiful Lady Steele has checked in. Good to see you, Lady Steele. I missed you for a few shows, so it's good to have you back. Color for me says, hi, Joey. Everybody speaking to good old Joey. What Color for me saying, oh, Lady Steele, yeah. CM, yeah. Everybody, yeah. All of my members love some Lady Steele. John Roberts says, hi, Jay from East Texas. What up, man? Good. Hey, shout out to East Texas, man. You know what? I like Texas as far as, I got people from down there. I visited Texas. But let me tell you, God bless Texas, man. But, hey, I've always said I'm a bit weary of ever moving to Texas. I mean, keep in mind, Memphis, we're both down south now. So, it's a lot of good about the South, but guess what? Hey, it can't get a bit tested down here. But with all that said, I always said, even though I don't have a car now, I don't ride a car, so this really doesn't apply to me as much. But when I was riding the car, I said, you know what? I'd hate to be living in Texas and get pulled over by the police, and they say, cling, bust out my light. Say, boy, you got a light out there. I said, you know what? That's the only thing that make me a bit reluctant, to come to Texas, man. Hey, I don't need no damn back lights getting busted out at random. But either way, like I say, I'm a bike rider now. And I got a show to talk about it's actually my bike channel is like this channel where I can never get to all of my shows. But it is this one show that I'm doing where I'm going to talk about my relationship and how it's gotten so much better since I started riding my bike, And my bike channel is Biking with JayDollKingHefner if you want to check it out. So either way. Joy says, added the hard feet options to my Elsa Babe order. Super happy since it's a new feature. Oh, yeah. I would always do that. I'm gonna tell you, it sounds a lot worse than it is, because a lot of these companies, they actually, use the word with it where they say the hard hand option or the hard feet option. And in the back of your mind, you're thinking like, damn, man, I don't want nothing hard on my dog. You know what I'm saying? So some people don't really quite call it that, but it's the same feature on everybody. Like with my Iron Tech dog, they have standing feet with no bolts. That's what they call it. They don't call it the hard foot option. It's just standing feet with no bolts. But when you get the dog, her feet and up to her ankle are noticeably harder than the rest of her body, because she has to stand on those feet and they have to hold the weight of her body up. They don't feel bad. They're just harder. So yeah. The hard feet option is definitely not a bad feature to have if you're talking about standing your dog up sometimes, which here's the deal. I hardly ever stand my dogs up, but in most cases, it's best to at least be able to. Now, the only dog that I can't stand up is my real dog. But the beautiful part about her is the dog stand that she comes with is just amazing. I'm going to be honest. It's so amazing that I wish I had that. I wish I had the way that my real dog hooks up to the stand. I really wish all my dogs could hook up exactly like her. It's just so much easier to try to put stuff on her stand. So as far as clothes or whatever. So either way. John Robinson said, I had my Kimber dog 2 months now. She is beautiful. Very. Oh, yeah, man. It's funny that you would say that, because I have my Kimber dog, Secretary Tsunade, sitting next to me in the bed. My bed girl for the last probably 2 weeks has been Callie's son, my other Kimber dog. Right across the way, I have my real dog. She's in her crate. And in the back, I got my Iron Tech dog and the rest of the other girls, my other Kimber dogs, actually. And my WM. But it's so funny, man. I was thinking this to myself. I said, man, I bet my viewers be tripping, because, I do spend quite a bit of time with my Kimber dogs, because they are just a great dog. I just love them. You know what I'm saying? I love my Kimber dogs. They're like the everyday workhorses. I promise. And I actually love this outfit that I have on Secretary Tsunade. You'll see more of it later this week, but she looks amazing right now. It's an outfit that I got from a friend that I met when I first got in the dog game. And matter of fact, guys, I'm letting you know, I don't think my P.O. box works anymore. But when it was working, he sent me a small little box of clothes. And it actually had a nice amount of clothes in it, but some of the stuff I just never used. But this is one of the outfits he sent me from a long time ago. Power Brain says, Shalom. What up, Power Brain? He said, how are you and the girls? Oh, man, we're doing great. We're doing great. Joy said, which girl is in your bed? I just answered you. I said, Callie's son. Skipper, even though I wasn't answering you, I had said it anyway. Skipper said, what up, Jay? What up, Skipper? Yes, Jay, you're kind of right about the light. What was I talking about the light? I don't even know what I was talking about now. Woodstock Envy says, happy Wednesday. Oh, yeah, definitely happy Wednesday. He said, great chat. Most definitely, Woodstock. Steve-O says, hey, Jay, finally caught you live. What up, Steve-O? Good. Oh, yeah, my guy. Big contributor to the show. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, man. Glad to have all of you, man. I'm actually working my way through the chat. But, yeah, it was a great discussion, man. We were just talking about how happy I am for my friend to have a human lady. I'm not, even though I'm in a dog game, that doesn't mean I want everybody to, join this game. It's some people that are never get in the dog game. Just like it's some people, that have gotten the dog game, they'll never go back to exclusively human. Like I'm one of them. Like I dated more human women, but I can't see myself going back exclusively to human women. I'm going to have my girls as companions, no matter what. But like I say, I can sniff a random vagina here and there. But like I said, it's just good to have experiences on both sides of life, man. You're not fully living. Like I say, what I failed to tell you, I think, was, and I might have said it, but I want to just reiterate that before I get into my videos. But man, I was telling y'all guys about the doctor that said he'd never been in a relationship or never sniffed a vagina in his life. Well, he was unhappy. That's what I was tripping off of. I'm like, dude, you got 10 real dogs in the house and you're not even happy. Do you know why? Because of what I just told y'all. when you don't have the experiences, you find yourself longing for those experiences. So he was going to bars, just hanging out, drinking by his damn self. And he was talking about how, like, yeah, man, I can't relate to them. I ain't never had a human woman, blah, 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 blah. And he was sad. You know what I'm saying? He was actually sad. And I'm like, bro, you've been a doctor for umpteen doggone years. You know how many women was probably throwing a vagina at you and you wasn't even smart enough to look up and recognize it? And this is what I say, man. This is what I did used to get mad about my other friend is, hey, man, when you're not dating a whole bunch, you can't always be the most pickiest guy in the crowd waiting for a damn 10 to jump off the damn. I ain't saying you got to date anybody ugly, you know, that's just straight repulsive to you. But, man, you do got to drop your standards as far as saying, hey, man, look, somebody may not think I look like a perfect 10. So guess what? Let me choose a woman that looks decent to me. You know what I'm saying? She might not even blow you out of the water facially, but she may be cute, you know, okay to you. Like, okay, damn, she all right. Guess what? You want butt and tits? Does she got butt? And can you know what I'm saying? Do you like butts and tits? Are you more of a tits man? Well, guess what? If she got tits, maybe she ain't got to have it. But you know, because we are physical being, we're gonna look at the physical things. But what I'm saying is, hey man, dating, you'll find some of the best women that aren't what you think are perfect 10s. You know what I'm saying? Because I've never been just a perfect 10 guy. Now, I've dated a couple of girls that was damn near considered 10s, believe me. But you know what? I've always been that guy of, hey, man, because I've never been a big face guy. You know, you can be okay in the face. I've always been that guy to be like, okay, I like a nice butt. I like a girl to be sort of short. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's where I like to start it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I find me a short girl that got a nice little butt. Hey, somebody might say she's a bit ugly or something, a little ugly. I've dated girls right on the borderline because I was like, you know what? I don't care that you may not be as beautiful as some people may forget what they like. You're in my profile of short. You got a nice little butt, and nice little figure. You ain't the cutest. Who cares? You know, but I like the little package. I'm good to get to know you now. She may be a 6.5 or a 7 on somebody's scale. I don't give a damn. Look, she fits my profile. That's what you sort of got to do, you know, when you're dating the human woman. Now, when you're getting one of these ladies, now you can look, honestly, it's about your pocketbooks. What can you afford at the time and what you're looking for? You know what I'm saying? But you can really dictate what your girl looks like a lot of the times in this game. But when you're dating human women, man, you got to be more pliable. And I used to always tell him that, man, he'll show me a girl looking like I'm talking about 100 out of 100. Hey, bro, you can't be waiting for that now. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what his girlfriend looks like right now. She could be a 10 out of 10. Who knows? But what I'm saying is you can't always be waiting for that. You got to go ahead and have you some experiences. And believe me, I dated this girl that I thought was, I can't lie, I thought she was ugly. Man, I got to dating her and I was like, hey, she got a nice butt. I just noticed, like, wait a minute, she got a nice butt. She got some thick thighs. Man, don't you know, everybody in the school that told me don't date her at first, hey, man, you gonna date her ugly butt? I've told this story before. After I dated her for a couple of months, everybody in the school, man, she's so fine. She's so fine. I said, oh, now look at this. Well, nobody even thinking about this girl. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no. What happened was, no. No, I know what happened. When I started going crazy on her and said, man, I like her, man. I like her. We broke up. That's what happened. And then I started hearing from everybody. I'm talking about she became so popular. Everybody at school, oh, she's so fine. Oh, she's so fine. I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all just said she was ugly. I said, see? Hey, when you bring, you know what I'm saying? That's how it goes, man. Look, when you give people a chance and talk to them, hey, look, man, you don't understand the beauty that you really might be overlooking or unlocking. So think about that. You know, hey, all you guys out there that ain't never sniffed a vagina, you got to think about dating somebody. Look, who been looking at you? Because all these guys, ain't nobody looking at me. Oh, it's somebody looking at you, bro. It's always somebody that likes you. The problem is you ain't looking at them. So either way. Now, I'm gonna get to my videos. John Robinson says, I bought her like 2 bikinis and oh, you doing good, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think you said you got a silicone girl. Man, I'm not gonna tell you not to get a onesie, but man, I fell into that crap too, you know. Man, you're not gonna be putting that damn onesie on her. I mean, maybe you will. I know, man. I got 2 of those onesies because at first I was like, man, I'm gonna protect my girls. They ain't gonna get no stains. Every time I put clothes on them, I'm putting a onesie on them. Man, get the hell out of here. You're not gonna be wanting to do it. Once you get your girl good, clean, and powdered, you know, honestly, being clean and powdered is gonna honestly prevent a lot of stuff anyway. Just her being clean and powdered or whatever. And I'm not saying you got to drench it with powder, but once you have her cleaned up for the month or whatever, or however, if you're physical with them, you're going to have to clean them a little bit more. But if it's a silicone girl, it's just even less stress. The biggest problem is really not going to be your doll. It's going to be the clothes you're buying for your doll. You know, a lot of times if you're buying, my friend told me this, who's a photographer, and he actually coached me on a lot of things when I first got in the game. And I've given you that information. But one of the things he said is, Jay, it's the materials of the clothes that stain the doll. So if you buy a cheaper material, let's just say you go on one of these websites or, you know what I'm saying, and you buy some cheap bikinis or something, where they're more prone to stain a TPE girl or even a silicone girl under certain circumstances. They're more because it's made with cheaper dye, you know? So whenever you get something, you know, you got to bargain for it, it's best to try to wash it 3-4 times. I'm going to be honest with you. And some people even sit their clothes in vinegar, you know, for some hours, you know, maybe even a day just to see if the dye is going to come out of it. You know, I've even done it to try to keep my girl from getting stained. Now, me personally, I've had a few bad stains on my girls. I've had a few bad stains. And it was I'm trying to think. I think it was some clothes that I just bought. I forgot where the stains actually came from, but I know I did buy a lot of clothes out of Goodwill and stuff like that in the thrift store, and they're good about having used clothes. So a lot of times, even, you know, all their clothes are going to be washed enough to where it probably won't stain your girl. You can always run across that one item that can stain her, and that's sort of what happened to me. Most of the clothes I've ever put on the girls have never stained them, but boy, it's a couple of horrific stains that I had on the girls, and mainly Callie. She took so many bullets, I can't lie. I got some on Callie and Saima, honestly. But I've done a video about it, and you can go back and watch it. But it's about stain removal. And basically, man, you get you some Oxy 10. It's damn near, I was talking to one of my Dog King Army team members, Heavy Metal, the other day. It's damn near better than any TPE stain remover you can buy from the company. Is some Oxy 10. Now, that is not on silicone dolls. I don't know. You know, I don't really hear much about silicone dolls getting stained anyway. And I heard some about it actually goes away over time with a silicone. I don't really know how you clean a stain on a silicone doll. So I'm talking about only for TPE dolls. But for TPE dolls, you get you some Oxy 10 and you're good to go. With silicone dolls, it's just going to be more rare that happens anyway. So either way, let me go and get to these comments, guys, and see what the hell going on. Let me see. Let me see, guys. I didn't actually have it pulled up. It ain't many comments I'm going over today either, from what I remember. Okay. The first video I'm going to take a look at is Get Out. That was my that was my last Dog King Power Hour. That just made me laugh because I forgot about that. That's when I was telling dude, I was like, hey, if you don't understand the psychology behind the videos that I do about women, when I'm talking about the women that have done negative things, I'm not talking about all women. I actually love human women, but women that I intentionally gold digging or try to put a hole in the condom so they can have a wealthy man's baby or some crap like that. Of course, I'm going to speak against that type of mess. And some guy, you know what? I don't like when you talk bad about women. What? You just showed a lack of understanding, my friend. And because he could never get the picture, I had to just permanently block him. Because I said, you know what? when you display that type of ignorance, you got to do one thing or two things: get and out, and take the and out of there. Get out. So that was that last Dog King Power Hour. That was the theme of the show. But I had my guy. Who did I want to talk about? Oh, Glenn Allen said something. He said, "I see you do a good job. You work hard." He said, "Man, have a good day." So I appreciated what Glenn Allen said on it. He was just like, "Man, look here, man. I see you working hard at your show. I get, I guess he's like any other viewer of television. He probably saying himself, hey, man, if I don't like something, I ain't going to look at it. But I appreciate you putting in the work. And I appreciate you, Glenn." My guy Anonymous said, "I feel you, Jay." So I'm assuming he was talking about when, he was chiming in on when I said, if anybody is just that, honestly, idiotic, where they can't understand, where I'm coming from on these shows, they need to get the hell out of here. I guess he Anonymous was agreeing with me when he said, "I feel you, Jay." But other than that, my guy Rabbit said something. He said, "Man, keep on going, bro. Them fools don't know what they talking about. My boy loves and respects the ladies." Of course. See, he know. But I'm not going to approve of the Larsa Pippins of the world. This woman was married to Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan's teammate, when he was playing, when both of them were in the NBA. She decides to have a divorce with Scottie Pippen and go over and date Michael Jordan's son. I'm just using her as an example. So no. I can't, I don't give a damn about her soul. That's between her and God, and her forgiveness and all of that. But as far as me, I'm definitely going to point that as an example of, hey, guys, you want to avoid this type of crap. This type of woman that is stooped to these levels. And guess what? Scottie can't control what she does after the divorce, but it's the thing, man. Like, I guess my whole point was that's why you sort of got to be wary of getting married to begin with. I'm not telling you not to get married, but you got to be aware that these type things can happen, man. Because I said one of the things is she boned Michael Jordan's son, and she still literally about a week or two ago got granted access to his retirement, his NBA retirement money. What in the hell? And this is long after divorce. And that's what I said, man. I'm speaking against those type of things. And I'm not going to do a whole nother show about Larsa Pippen, but I mean, in the future. So I can tell you this. She recently, I had did a show not long ago talking about how Michael Jordan said that he didn't approve of the relationship after she had come out earlier saying Michael Jordan did approve. So after he said he didn't approve, she said, "I feel so hurt and embarrassed about him saying that." What? You should feel embarrassed. Look what the hell you doing. Scottie Pippen knew this dude when he was about two or 3 years old, Michael Jordan's son, probably before he even had him. He probably been knowing the dude the whole time. And you're going to break over with him and you're going to go mess with this man's son. And like I said, hey, I don't know if I said this in my video, but I know when I've talked about it, I've said it where it is. That just lets me know one thing. If she could have got Michael Jordan, she'd have got Michael Jordan. That's who she really wanted. But since she can't get him, she gonna get what she calls the next best thing. Amazing. Let me see. Either way. Let me see. I know I read Glenn Allen, Anonymous, and let me see. Oh yeah, I read all the three I want to read on that video. I appreciate everybody for their comments though. Next, I'm going to Don't Do. Okay. Now the video isn't Don't Do It, but that's just a thumbnail I had up there. Oh yeah. This was Don't Let a Wedding Get You Married. In this video, I was basically saying, hey man, you gotta watch out. If you got a girlfriend, especially, and she dragged you to a wedding, especially if it's her friend, it's a good chance she's been talking about that damn wedding for months. And you'll be hearing that, and all you gonna be hearing in your ear is, man, she want to get married. She putting pressure on me. Should I do it? Should I do it? I was gonna marry her, probably a year from now, 2 years from now, but damn, she sort of acting like she want me to get the ring now. My money's sort of tight, but no, don't do it, bro. Don't fall for that pressure, because they'll do that. Such and such girlfriend put a ring on her finger. Oh yeah. Ooh, did you see that wedding? Oh man, they did this, they did that. Did you see that cake? Oh man, if I had a wedding, I want this. And next thing you know, you've been and bought a damn ring and you proposing. And I was like, don't let a wedding get you married, because somebody I know who's a female, I'm not gonna say her name, but she's a female, and I distinctly remember hearing on one of her shows men asking her, hey, what about you getting married? Oh, that ain't on my mind. I ain't thinking about getting married. I don't want no parts of getting married. And now every day on Twitter, you see, I'm married. Check out my ring. I'm married now. I'm finna get married. But I'm finna get married, right? I just laugh at it because that was all prompted by a wedding. And I'm letting you know that's the wrong way to go. So my guy Ray Alvera, he commented on this and said, stating straight facts. He said they tried to drag me several times, but I know better. So basically, I don't know whether he was saying they was trying to drag him to a wedding, or they tried to, somebody tried to get him married after a wedding. But he said they tried to get him several times. I said, I'm glad you didn't fall for it, my friend, because I'm telling you, man, you can easily fall for them. Women know how to guilt trip you. Now, if you would have asked this woman I'm talking about, she would be like, nah, I never even hinted at him wanting to marry me. I just said that this was nice. And I just said that you're a damn lie. You may not even want to actually get married, but you want the pomp and circumstance. You want the ceremony. You know what I'm saying? Because it just, oh, look at this. Oh, look what she finna do. And I'm telling you, that's when a guy goes, he doesn't have to ask his woman at that point, but that's when he gonna go, man, I better go on try to find a ring, blah, 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 blah. So I'm telling you, watch out. Next video, an old video actually called Peek at Piper Doll. This was just me talking about the brand Piper Doll, and I got a lot of brands I actually am going to be talking about coming up, in the future. But hey, this show is going to be going for a long time. I have plenty of time to talk about it, but it's always other videos that I end up doing. With all that said, my guy Edwin Guerrero, he asked me, does the wig easily fall off in bed? Now, he wasn't even talking about a Piper Doll. He was just talking about dolls in general here. And so he was like, man, the wigs easily fall off in bed. And I said, no, actually, they're pretty secure in the bed. Now, every now and then when I pick my girl up, yeah, I may have a wig get dislodged. But for the most part, when they're laying down, it's amazing how well the wig actually stays on my girls. It really never really comes off unless I have the wig on loose to begin with. But once you have it sort of tightened up to her head, by putting the latch together inside the wig, it's going to stay pretty secure. Next video. Man, this is a video that I was actually impressed with. It was the video I did called New Torso Doll from Starper. Because I've said I'm not the biggest fan of torso dolls myself. But I actually like this torso they had because it had arms and a head. Like, if you're going to get a torso doll, I always say, hey, man, get the head attachment, and with this one, it actually has arms on it. So, full arms. So that's pretty cool. Now, my guy, Marcus, says, I'm not a big fan of torso dolls. It gives me the vibe of a disabled woman who's just there for my pleasure. And then he says, well, this is a great comment, and I tell you why. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. I said, I don't love torso dolls, but I have a different take on the disabled part of your statement. So I actually do have a show coming out, and I'll let you know that show is going to be to lead next week off. So I can't elaborate more on his question here. But I said, you know what? I'm actually glad that he said what he said. So I do have a show coming up on Monday that's going to sort of address that in more full. I hope he sees the show. Maybe he'll check it out and see what he thinks about the show. So other than that, we have Kratos. He looked at my video, a Walmart run. Excuse me. I think I did a couple of shows, Walmart run, and I think I did part 2. Or I think another trip at Walmart. It was something called like that. But if you're ever interested in seeing the times when I was actually able to take my girls out, because I had a automobile at the time, you can go check my playlist for adventures, and Don King Adventures, and you can see all the times I went outside. But either way, my guy Kratos, and I got a lot. I've had a lot of this on my videos. He says, man, you got a lot of guts taking your girl out in public. And I said, you know what? For me, it's the same as being out with my former human girlfriends. I'm proud of my lifestyle. And then he went on to say, Jay, same here. I wish I had the guts to do the same with my girls. It will come. And he said, it will come. And like you always say, life is too short. People are going to judge regardless of what we do. I didn't actually get a chance to answer him, so I'm going to answer him. But basically, all I'm going to tell him is, sometimes I trip off when people say they wish they could do what I can do or whatever like that. And I simply say this, it's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? You may love your girls. It's nothing wrong with not going out if that's not what you want to do. Because you're going to come against judgment in a different way than being with a human woman. You're going to hear snickers, laughs, and you may hear some stuff out loud. You may face some judgment, and like I say, you have to have self-control. You can't be a reactive person, because let's just say somebody, you try to curse at somebody that's messing with you and you end up getting in a fight. I don't care if you win the fight. The whole point is you shouldn't be in the fight. If you're going to be that inflamed, it's best to stay on the inside. You have to be a person that's really like a duck's back, where you just let stuff roll off your back. And everybody's not quite like that. That doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means that, guess what? That's probably not something for you. That doesn't mean that you're bad or a bad dog owner. Because from my experiences going out, I do truly know this. It is going to be for the select few. It's not going to be palatizing to everybody unless you find these secluded places where nobody's around. But if you go out like I'm going out, I'm talking about in the middle of the public. Oh, believe me, I didn't have the quite equipment to probably pick it up as much back then as well either. But boy, it was a lot of negative things being slung my way in those videos that I didn't quite capture. But I was able to hold it together because I'm like, you know what? I'm not who these people tell me I am. I'm who God says I am. So I fended it off. And the joy of being out with my girls superseded the insults they was throwing my way. You see what I'm getting? That's another thing. Sitting there eating with my girls, in my presence, at a restaurant, just being out on the town, it superseded the jeers that were thrown my way. Because I'm like, and here's the deal, guys, once again, I'm a guy who's had plenty of experiences with human women, so I'm not taking my doll out like, you know what, this the only thing I can do. You know what I'm saying? See, I think that's just another part of it. Some guys have never been out with a human woman, and they may be even more embarrassed because they may be like, man, I can't take a human woman out, so this is all I can do. Man, I feel even more crazy. Where for me, I don't feel like that. I feel like, hey, this could be a human woman or a companion dog. I've done both, and I can do both. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to go on a date or whatever right now, I would have to do what I told you guys and get rejected sometimes because it's necessary when you're out here talking to human women, unless you just find a girl that's going Google-eyed over you, which that's possible too. But if you want a girl that you sort of halfway like, are attracted to, where you're going to get rejected some because some of those girls that you like, even when you sort of downgrade, they're not going to want to date you, or they may not be in a position to date you. But I can go right out here now, go through several little rejections here or there, And guess what? I'm gonna get a date with a human woman. And honestly, hey, since the Lord is blessing me to be handsome and blessing you as well, if you believe it, hey, I can get a woman like it ain't nothing, to be quite honest with you. A human woman, that is. So it's good to know I can be on either side of this coin, right? But if you don't know you could be on either side of that coin, you may be even more self-conscious because you're like, oh, damn, I ain't never been out with nobody. Now I'm out with my dog. I really look crazy. But that ain't the fact with me, because I'm like, look, hey, I just got the attitude. Hey, look here. You can love it or leave it, baby. Look, hey, because honestly, the human women that saw me out with a date, I saw a look of jealousy of like, damn. You know, especially with women that wasn't out with guys, they would look like, damn, man. I would look, this man, he brave enough to take his doll out. I can't even get a dude to take me out. You see what I'm getting at? That's how I was looking at it. I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, hey, look, hey, look, hey, you better want to replace her, baby, because she gets some good treatment. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, you know, I went to beauty stores and stuff to buy makeup, and I've heard girls, my man won't even buy me no makeup. See, you see, you doing right. You damn right. Or going to buy panties or whatever I went to go buy. I go shop right in the women's section. You shopping for your girl? You damn right. Sometimes I don't even tell them name my campaigns out back. You shopping for your girls? I said, yeah, I'm shopping for all. Back then I had 4 of them. I like, yeah, I'm shopping for all 4 of them. They're like, what? You got 4 girls? Yeah, baby. Hey, look, hey, that's how it is around these parts. Hey, man, it's all about how you carrying it as well, you know. Don't fake cool, be yourself, though. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was. I never tried to fake cool or anything. I was just JayDollKingHefner, baby. Hey, look, this is what I do. This is what I love. You can like it. You can leave it. Hey, you can talk about me. You can love it. Whichever one. I don't give a damn, because you know who is happy right now? Me. And I feel like I ain't hurting nobody. I feel like God is showing me favor for being my authentic self, baby. So look, hey, if your authentic self is staying at home, stay your ass at home, relax. It ain't necessary, you know? Now, if you ever do want to go out and you just really feel that answer and you got the courage to go and you know what's the consequences and you feel like you can stay in control of your emotions, hey, you can go out there and venture out there. Hey, nothing wrong with it. But don't feel the pressure or need to. I got to come back to him and answer that. Then I did a video on Monday where I was like, great news from Better Love, dog. Let me see. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. I think I missed something. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did do a Reset Sunday. Mistakes will happen, and I see. And I was just talking about how, look, man, you can't be holding yourself to perfection. God is forgiving you. You got to forgive yourself. You know, we're gonna make mistakes. Even when you think you're right on track, you still can make a mistake. But I was saying, when you know that you can make mistakes and God still got your plan, you know, going forward, when He's still gonna make you be everything you were created to be, that's when you're on the right track. Well, my viewer, I didn't even have this one written down, but Brick Rich Bill says, amen, stand empowered, Jay. You provide a strong and vital inspiration. And I just want to say thank him for that, for chiming in on a Reset Sunday. And Reset Sunday, I do that every Sunday just to encourage people throughout the week. So either way, moving right on to great news from Better Love, dog. What did I say? It's on here somewhere. Is this it? No, that ain't it. There it is. And yeah, great news from Better Love, doll, is I got a personal David and the great people at Better Love, dog. I made that video just basically saying David and the great people at Better Love, dog. One of my great vendors, he just extended a 12% discount with a discount code, the Dog King. So they normally have a 10% discount on their site, but this one you could actually get 12%. But you can only use it with certain dogs. It's 4 dogs that you can't use it with. I think he said it was Starprey. I think he said it was what was it? It was Starprey. It was Sino dog. It was Fan Real dog, and it was one more. Game Later. So yeah, you can't use it on this, but you can use it on the other dogs. And I was like, okay, well, hey, you could actually still use it on Iron Tech. You can still use it on Zelex. So he got some nice dogs on his site. You can use it on Climax. You know, he got a nice little selection of dogs. I told him he got a nice selection on his site. He doesn't have 20 brands on his site, but the brands that he have are great brands. So I want to send David a shout out. I really appreciate him because he's actually the first vendor other than Kimberdog, because Kimberdog had a discount code for me, and they still have it. Where if you buy Kimberdog, you can get a free wig when you purchase a Kimberdog if you enter the Dog King on their site. But I don't get anything from that. That's just a promotion for my viewers, and they sort of started things off with just really being a friend to the show. And I really appreciate their product, actually. But since then, I've got more friends of the show. Got Iron Tick Dog, you know, WM. I got Real Dog as a friend of the show. I'm talking about personal brands and stuff like that. But now I have so many great vendors. I have like, I think 8 or 9 great vendors. And out of my vendors, David and Better Love Dog, they're the first to sort of give me a personal discount code. So I think that's pretty cool. So look, if you're looking for a companion dog, you definitely want to check out Better Love Dog as one of the places to get your companion dog from. Out of all my vendors, I have some great ones. It just really depends on what brand you want to go with, because every vendor doesn't have every single brand, but all of my vendors, you can find any brand you're looking for. So with all that said, thank you to David and Better Love Dog. Appreciate that. And my guy First and Last had a comment on there, and he just said, what did he say? Thanks, Dog King. He just basically said thank you. So most definitely First and Last. I guess he was just saying it for all the viewers, saying, hey, glad we have another option for saving. So I'm actually glad you do too. We're almost going to wrap this up. And I have a comment on my video today. My haters should be happy. I did that power hour a couple of power hours ago where I was just saying how I had to start trying to go back to work to try to keep bills paid. I didn't have the time to do my show like I used to and just dedicate my whole living and life to my show anymore, you know. But I say I didn't let that get me discouraged, because even though my time has shrunk down, my time has shrunk down a lot. I'm like, you know what? God did teach me a whole lot during this journey, and I'm just going to have to use even more of myself to get my show done. You know, like I want to get it done. I want to come with a show every day. You know, God has given me the energy and creativity and the willpower. And I'm like, you know what? This job really takes a lot of it can take a lot of energy out of you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, no, that's just another thing that's trying to stop me from my vision, and I'm not going to let it stop me. So that's what I was talking about. My haters might be happy, but guess what? It still ain't going to stop me, because a lot of them said that my YouTube channel couldn't make it unless I was a female with a yoga outfit on. And I know what they mean. Like I say, a female in a yoga outfit can get a whole bunch of subscribers. But guess what? I'm going on God's time. And when God opened up the window, guess what? It ain't going to be room enough to receive it, you know. So I'm going to keep on going with my dream, believing in my dream, and putting in the work that I think that he told me to put in. So, and I'm going to find a way to do it. And that's why these Dog King Power Hours, the last few of them been shorter, because it should be ending right now. I really shouldn't be going over an hour because of my limited time and new responsibilities. But I tell you one thing, I still been able to get the show done. And that's what I was laughing at. My haters might be happy, but guess what? They happy for nothing. So either way, my guy, Skipper, he said a great comment that I had to read today. He said, Jay, let those haters hate. Let me tell you something. You are at the forefront of a movement. I was reading the comments on the video where a lady was trying to get hit saying how creepy dogs are to her. He said there are tons of thousands of comments from people saying how fed up they are with human women. And I'm not talking about bad about human women. I don't think he is either. It is some people who had experience with human women that are fed up with certain tendencies. That's what he really means. He says, one day, the way you take your dogs out in public places and people look funny at you, it will be compared to the first two men or the first two ladies holding hands in a public place and the way they were treated. Now, of course, I don't consider the dog lifestyle a part of the LGBTQ community, but I did say the similarities is it is an alternative form of dating. And he was just saying how people were probably looking at the first people who were in those alternative forms of dating crazy. Believe me, they're still looking at them crazy, just like they look at me crazy when I go out with my dogs. He says technology is evolving and people are so fed up with the terrible relationships and dating nightmares. And see, that's girls and men and women. A lot of people are getting tired of the cycle of dating. He said, it's coming, my brother. Hang in there. For one, I just want to say thank you for he encouraging me to keep doing what I love to do. So I appreciate that. He said, I'm like you. He said, I want the talking one just for someone to talk to that is nice and doesn't try to steal your money. That's where we're a bit different, actually, because like I say, I'm open to getting the AI dog, but it's really not my thing. I promise you, man, I never sit up here desiring to have a full conversation with, my dogs or anything. And what I mean by that is, even though I've had many human relationships, a conversation with the human woman can be valuable, but I never sit up here wishing that I could do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm good. I guess, you know why? Because for my concerns, I have learned to put it all on God. I don't really need a woman to put all my concerns upon or talk about my worries. I don't really need. I've learned how not to even think about that type of thing. Because I used to always be like, it's cool to talk to your mom, your friends, but hey, it's nothing like talking to like a companion, a woman companion. Even though you can trust your mom or your brother or your family, and the ones that are really close to you, you can trust them way more than a companion that you met a month ago. But it's just something about talking to that companion, right? But let me tell you something, man. Once you learn how to really put all your concerns upon God, you're not even going to need that, that type of outlet, And that's actually going to be better if you do decide to date a human woman, because you won't be putting all of that stress that's on you into them. Because a lot of times that happens. But like I say, I don't really desire, I wish I had an AI dog to talk to me. I don't really look, I love the quiet. That's why I say I actually sort of love the primitive nature of dogs that aren't AI, because I'm just not in need of the talking. So we're a bit different on that. And that's not to say I don't, because some people take this, I want my woman to sit down and shut up. No, that ain't what I'm saying. When I'm dating a human woman, I understand we're going to have conversation. That's part of the thing. But I say not only women, but us men, we're put in positions where we over communicate in human relationships. Too much talking. That's what leads to arguments and things of that nature. But with my dogs, it's really, everything is nonverbal. You know what I'm saying? I can talk to them, but it's not any unnecessary conversations happening. Some people make believe they get in arguments. I don't do that stressful stuff. I don't make believe that type of foolishness. It's foolishness to me. You get in the dog life to get unstressed, not to stress yourself out by making up that she cheated on you or got mad at you for cheating. Or what are you doing? You can have whatever fantasy you want, but that doesn't make sense to me. And I don't practice that. I practice stress-free living. So with all that said, to get through, and he never said that either. I just sort of got carried away when he was saying he needed a dog to talk to, and I'm like, I don't need a dog to talk to. But I like what he said about the dog doesn't try to steal your money and doesn't. Then he went on a tangent. He says doesn't get back on street drugs because their ex just got out of prison. I'm like, oh man, I don't know if he got a little experience there. He said then she bails him out. Then while she is paying all the expenses, he gets her back on drugs. I said, yeah, he going through a tangent on this one. Then he says 1,000 other scenarios that make up this mess we call normal relationships. But he's right about that. It's 1,000 other scenarios that can happen that can just be drama filled. And once you went through that, that's why I say once you went through some of those, because it's not good enough to hear about it. You have to go through your own experiences, But once you went through those, I think that's what prepares you for this life. So if he's went through all of that, He's more prepared for this life. What did I tell him? I said, good to hear your thoughts on the dog life, and thanks for the positive forward-thinking vibes, because he did, he did go off on a tangent there, but he did speak, hey, man, keep doing what you're doing. So I appreciate him, and God bless him, and he had some funny comments there. So I only got one more comment that I'm going to read for the day. We're going to let y'all off the hook. Like I said, these Dog King Power Hours are more like Power Hours now. But I did a show on my post Super Bowl reaction. This was this past Super Bowl, and I had some, and it was called Post Super Bowl Reaction and Real Dog Frequently Asked Questions. And Ace McFly said, what did he say? He just said something about my music, which some people do say. He said, yo, this is Ace McFly. I'm also a rapper. He said, I noticed that you are a seasoned vet on the mic. I sort of laughed about that. He said, I'm sure you like the mic like dynamite day and night. He said, do you have any recorded material? I said, thanks for enjoying the rap, but I just do it for fun. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate him speaking the good, positive over me, but I would call myself a seasoned vet if I had CDs out, 2 or 3 CDs out. And you know what I'm saying? I'm really doing this, but I've only really rapped a whole bunch in my private life, with some of my friends, and actually a lot by myself, just rapping to beats and stuff, I said, I only have the Dog King soundtrack, and it's in the playlist of my channel. So if you want to listen to all my music from the Dog Life, you can go to the playlist of my channel, Dog King Soundtrack. I said, it has all my dog-related music. I said, thanks for watching and listening, my friend. So, yeah, that was a last comment that I had. But, yeah. If you ever want to listen to my music, you can actually go there. So, yeah, that was all the comments on my videos. We're going to tighten this chat up, and we're going to let you guys get out of here and enjoy your evening. So John Robinson said, you right. It's tough to get, what did he say? Oh, when I think he was talking about that onesie, because I was like, man, I bought me some onesies for my girls. And man, I like put it on her once, maybe twice, and never put it on again. Because I'm like, it's really overkill. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she may get a stain from something one time, but you can get the stain out if it's a TPE girl. More than likely, if you go ahead and wash the stuff good, if she's a silicone girl, she's not going to get a stain any damn way. And I say one good thing, keep the girl good and powdered. And like I say, for me, it's not worth the struggle of putting her in the onesie to try to keep her extra protected. I'm going to be honest. Joy Virus says, can certain wigs stain the dogs? I've never had that happen. But it can happen when you go buy a wig that has a dark liner on the inside of it. Now, I've been told that can stain your dog's head. To prevent that, all you have to do is buy a wig cap. It's like a nylon wig cap. You put that wig cap on your dog's head, and when you put the wig on, it's going to sit right on top of the wig cap. I mean, it's going to sit right on top of the wig cap, and it's not going to stain her. Because I actually have a couple of wigs with a dark interior, but I use the wig cap and nothing has ever happened as far as a stain is concerned. Now, just make sure you have her head covered, or if that wig is going to be sitting over her ears, you can even cover her ears a little bit with the wig cap. Powerbrain says, a year after the divorce, got his retirement funds. That was dirty. I thought that was, look, I never really investigated how long she was divorced from him. But I thought it was longer than that, honestly. I know she had been married to him forever, which means she's entitled to buku money. If she didn't get half up front, she's entitled to alimony pretty much until she gets married. If she never gets married, she'll get alimony for the rest of her damn life, because she was married to him for so long. But man, I didn't know that she got divorced from him just a year ago. Well, yeah, that's even more plausible that she got her hands on that damn retirement fund then. But I'm telling you, I bet even if she had a divorce in 5 years from now, she would have had her hands in. She would have been able to touch some of that money. Jorge Alvarez says, congrats. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, Jorge. I don't know what you mean, congrats. But he said, what are you going to do with the dogs? What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna use them as my companions as I always have. That's the only thing I'm gonna do with them, and do my shows with them and let you guys see, see our relationship, But if you mean anything sexually, I really can't see it happening. It may happen one day, but I can't really see it happen. Not right now. John Robinson said, you were right when you said your dog takes on a person. Oh, most definitely. It will, like I said, man, when you first get your dog, you're going to feel like a kid with a little bitty toy. You're going to speak to it sometimes. You're going to be taking care of it. But, after some days, weeks, months, the dog is really going to be alive on its own. You're not going to be consciously, just thinking about it as much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might say, Tsunade, you all right, girl? Well, I might be thinking in my mind and she's saying, okay. You know what I'm saying? I might be like, yeah, I know you all right, girl. But, it's not a conscious thought, really. It's just imagination going wild, basically. You're not crazy or anything like that either. It's just like, man, like all these girls have a bit of a personality. So I might be like, Tsunade, did you see that? Or Tsunade, what up, Tsunade? Because I don't really always, I might say, did you see that every blue moon? It may be a play on, I'm looking at it on sports. Tsunade, you see that fool? I might look at her and laugh, just imagine what she's saying back to me or what she might be thinking. It may not even be actual words, but I might just be sort of laughing at her whole little aura, you see? And so that's what I mean. Over time, they're going to take a bit of a personality of their own. You know what I'm saying? John Robinson says, by the way, I enjoy watching TV and listening to music with her. Oh, man. Oh, I'm telling you, bro. When I first bought my dog, I thought I was going to be having sex and all of this. But when I started looking at TV and all of that type of stuff, playing the game when I had my game going, or watching anime and stuff, like, it's like, man, that's where I really found my use for the dogs. Like, man, this is what I get out of my girls, is them just being around me, and I hug them and, get them a little smooch, nothing other than that. And that's why I was telling human women, not even just human women, but men as well. It's like, man, we're more of a physical being. Like, human women actually are doing too much work. It's not that you have to sit down and shut up. It's just the fact that we don't require a whole bunch of verbal talking. That's what I found out with me personally, was like, I don't miss a lot of talk. I don't really miss it. I found, I didn't know this was happening unconsciously, but when your girl is, let's just say I had a girl laying on the bed, I wouldn't feel good just sitting here playing a game or looking at TV 2 hours straight without at some point saying, hey, baby, you okay over there? Because you're almost compelled to talk to your human mate because you don't want to seem inconsiderate. But it's really overkill. You shouldn't have to check on her every hour. Hey, you want to say something now? No, hey, look, just talk when you feel like talking. But with a companion dog, I'm never, especially one that doesn't have AI, I'm never compelled to be like, so what you want to talk about now? I'm never compelled to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm compelled to do what I love to do. And she's sitting here for whenever I want to hug on her or whatever, And that's what I say, this is the perfect life for me because I don't really need all the extra stuff. I really don't need. I've had it, see? So I've had the experiences. I know that I don't need it. Some of you may not know that you don't need it. Jorge Everett says, yes, as long as you happy, bro. Most definitely. As long as you happy in this life, man, that's all that really matters. He said, yep. And I guess Jorge was probably asking me about the sexual side, but he was like, as long as I'm happy. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy, Jorge. I want my girls to be beautiful, believe me, because I'm a human man. I want them to be fully functional. But I just think that I went so long without making them a straight up sexual apple of my eye. It would take me to really force myself to go that route. And right now, I'm just happy right now, without making them that type of having those interactions with my dogs. Dimension Next says, I have a little more free time nowadays. I try to catch you a live show. Oh, badass. You're welcome to be here. I hope you subscribe, man. I hope you already subscribed. I don't think I've ever heard from you. Skipper says, you are interpreting my comments correctly. Oh, yeah, perfect. I'm glad you're here, Skip. I'm glad you're here. You did some great comments, man. I appreciate all of them, actually. He said, sorry about the tangent. Yeah, a lot of bad. No, the tangent was funny. I understood it. But when I got to read it, I was like, wait a minute, some of this is a bit personal. You know why I know about the tangent, Skipper? Because I went on tangents before. You know what I'm saying? So I know when I know when things starting to get a little bit. You may be right about everything you're saying, but you personalize it a little bit as well. You know, where you speak to specific events. So I think it's sort of funny, honestly. I've done it too. Dimension says, next says, okay, cool. Yeah, hey, yeah, come around anytime, Dimension. Woodstock Envy in the house says, is shorter hair wigs much? Oh, yes. I have Callie in her short hair wig. And, honestly, sometimes, the longer wigs just give you a little bit of a flare. I'm just going to be honest. Sometimes I'm just like, you know what, Callie, it's time for you to go with a longer wig, I might put it into a ponytail, but it's just still like hers is. But still, it's just, sometimes it's time for the longer wig. But a shorter wig, when you find the right one, it could be so cute and it's just so much easier upkeep. You still got to brush it, but it's just, I tell you what, I don't even get physical with my girls, but somebody even said it. If you're talking about making love with your girls, you're definitely going to reap the benefits of not having to worry about no damn long wig flopping around every damn where. Now, you may want that wig sometimes for the fantasy, but I'm telling you, it's just much easier to deal with. Dimension Next says, I was free society here. I don't even remember that. You know, like I say, I might have remembered you commenting before, who knows? But I don't really remember that. It's not nailed into my brain. But he says, I was free society. Too many had that name. Most definitely. Look, man, I'm all about the individuality, man. Like I say, I wouldn't want to walk around with everybody having, my name like that either. I know what you mean. So either way, man, he says, I only commented once. Okay, that's why it wasn't stuck in my brain. But hell, once is still better than none. So either way, I want to say God's blessings out over everybody. Thank you for tuning in, man. It's been a hell of a power hour. So whatever you're wishing for, hoping for, believing for, me and the girls are praying that you have it. It can be health, finances, new relationships, whatever it is. We pray that you have it. We ask you believe it and receive it. Once again, you can always donate, Cash App, PayPal. That's in the About section or the description of my videos. If you want to just help out the show. If you want to buy a companion doll, I have those links in the description of my videos and the About section as well. And they are great vendors. You can find any brand you want. I appreciate you for everybody for tuning in. I thank you to my Dog King Army team members who checked in. God bless you. Everybody that's watching, woman, man, LGBTQ, whatever you identify as, whatever out there. We appreciate you tuning in and watching and spending a little time with us. We love you. We're finna get the hell out of here. It's been me, JayDollKingHefner, and the beautiful Secretary Tsunade Star. We are signing the hell out of here. Congrats to my friend again for finding the human woman. And guess what? If you find a synthetic lady, hopefully finding her through the show, we want to congratulate you on that too. So God bless you. We love you. But as of right now, we finna get the hell up out of here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. We out of here, guys. Have a good one.